Story 1. Boxer briefs. I do not like briefs, tidy witties. I just do not like the look of them. As a kid, I wore regular boxers, but they were too baggy. They would ride up and bunch, which was annoying. Boxer briefs give the look of boxers but are form-fitting and stay on the leg without riding or bunching. They are the best of both worlds. Story 2. I usually wear boxer briefs. They're the most comfortable and don't ride up or cause chafing. I especially like the Jockey brand. Story 3. Bikini briefs hold the testicles in place, preventing chafing and eliminating the need to adjust. They are quite form-fitting, so my bulge gets the attention it deserves. Story 4. I picked up briefs at Primark last week without paying attention, thinking they were my usual boxer briefs. Long story short, I am not going back. It feels like someone is gently cupping my testicles all day. Story 5. Calvin Klein. It's always been my go-to, my favorite underwear brand, period. Story 6. Saks boxer briefs. I'm decently endowed, and they really keep the giblets in place. They are comfortable and breathable. Story 7. I prefer boxers. I cannot stand the constricted feeling of briefs or boxer briefs. Story 8. When I am going about my day, I wear boxer briefs. When my wife is out, when I am away from home, or when I am aroused, I wear a satin thong, stockings, and suspenders because it arouses me. Story 9. I really got into MeUndies for a bit. I like the mid-brief no-flap style, but I have many others I get from Ross that are Adidas or Calvin Klein in a 4-pack for $15 to $20. I no longer have problems with chafing. Story 10. Spandex briefs keep everything tight and are less distracting. Story 11. Boxer briefs from Man-Made are light years above anything else I have ever tried. The Saks underwear brand has nothing on them. Story 12. Boxers at home for lounging and comfort. Boxer briefs when going out. Securing the genitals can be less distracting during certain tasks. Story 13. I wear briefs because I'm not a fan of all the extra fabric on my legs. Usually plain, white, tidy witties. Story 14. I wear thongs because I like to feel and look sexy, and they are very comfortable. Story 15. Jock straps, G-strings, and thongs. I am pansexual, so make jokes. I do not care, but I sweat a lot very easily even in the winter. Having such little fabric helps me stay at the perfect temperature year-round. My wife likes them too, so that's a bonus. Story 16. Tidy witties, but navy blue. I picked them out years ago and they have worked. Story 17. Tight and white. High stakes every Taco Tuesday. But I am a man who enjoys beans, risk, and danger. Story 18. I'm surprised that some people only started wearing boxer briefs later in life as their main underwear. I thought boxer briefs were the default for men. Baggy boxers were never for me. When I see a character in a film or cartoon wearing baggy boxers, I assumed they were wearing tight briefs underneath. I didn't realize it could be just genitals on display. Maybe because I'm not from a Western country, wearing baggy boxers was never the norm for me. I have always preferred tight boxer briefs. Story 19. I wear boxer briefs with a front pouch. Boxers became uncomfortable as I got older. I wear the Pair of Thieves brand because it is a better, lower-cost option at my store. Story 20. Jockey style with bamboo fibers. In my old age, 52, the boys need a bit more support, and the bamboo is naturally antibacterial. Story 21. As a real man, I make my own out of duct tape and 60 grit sandpaper. Story 22. Low-rise briefs keep the genitals contained but do not look as bad as traditional briefs. Story 23. Duluth Buck Naked Boxers. I am a creature of habit and have not found anything better. Story 24. Boxers. Duluth Trading Company Armadillo. I have about 25 pairs. My wife wears some and I wear others. I have worn through so many work pants over the past 8 years as an automotive technician, the typical work-provided pants, not thin replacements in the crotch area. These boxers still have not worn out. Best investment ever. They are not cheap, but they are amazing. This is not a paid advertisement. Story 25. Duluth boxer briefs are pricey but durable and comfortable. I like the dang soft and dislike the armadillo. Story 26. Tommy Hilfiger products are comfortable and of good quality. Stance has a small pouch for my little fella. Story 27. Boxer briefs are comfortable, keep my genitals in place, and do not ride up. Story 28. Briefs. I have not bought a new pack in a few years. There is no need because my current ones are still in great condition. Story 29. The Duluth Ballroom had funny advertisements with cool prints. Story 30. I wear whatever I find that is cute and fits, including women's and men's clothing. I go free ball at home, though. Story 31. All Citizens boxer briefs. I used to swear by Saks until I found this brand. Story 32. Tidy Witties. Boxers and boxer briefs make me feel like I am wearing two pairs of shorts at the same time. Story 33. It depends because I am old. Just kidding. No, tidy whitey underwear provides support and prevents excess material from bunching. Story 34. Pair of Thieves mesh boxer briefs. I threw out all the others when I found these. They fit well, and I have no issues when I exercise and sweat. Story 35. Boxer briefs. I inherited thick legs, and briefs make my thighs chafe. I do not like the lack of support or the bulkiness of boxers. Story 36. Pair of Thieves boxer briefs are the best brand on the market. Story 37. I'm not a man, but I buy my husband's underwear. Pair of Thieves long briefs work well. They do not ride up and they reduce chafing. Story 38. Boxer briefs are the most comfortable and supportive. I let it all hang out for bed, though. Story 39. Only Duluth armadillos. They are great quality and comfortable. Story 40. Duluth bullpen boxer briefs keep the boys contained and my thighs do not rub together. Story 41. Boxer briefs with very short leg sections are probably the best overall design. Story 42. Boxer briefs seem to be the standard now. They do not ride up the leg, help prevent sticking or excessive sweating, and are not too tight. Story 43. None. Free swinging like I'm supposed to, and occasionally roar where if she is in the mood. Those who kink together stay together. Story 44. None because they are horribly uncomfortable, and there is no real point to them. Story 45. David Archie Bamboo Rayon. I get a rash when I sweat with polyester. Story 46. Black boxer briefs from Amazon. Great price and good quality. They are not tidy witties and they are not shorts. Black or dark gray is best for underwear, in my opinion. They don't ride up, and when they wear out they are inexpensive to replace. Story 47. I am a big fan of Calvin Klein men's boxer briefs, 3-pack from Costco. Before that, I had a similar version with a wider waistband, also from the Calvin Klein outlet. They look good and feel good, in my opinion. Story 48. Cotton boxers with jeans and boxer briefs with my fancy pants. Story 49. Boxer briefs. I am a big fan of Shinesty Spall hammock underwear. Story 50. Boxer briefs from MeUndies. Today I'm wearing my dinosaur pair. Story 51. Boxer briefs keep everything in place. No swinging against the knees. Story 52. Boxers. I do not like clothes that cling to my body. If I could get away with wearing a kaftan or a muumuu, I absolutely would. Story 53. I prefer boxer briefs because they are the most comfortable. Story 54. Bed. Loose boxers for maximum airflow. Day. Flyless sport briefs for maximum support without bunching or chafing at the thighs. Briefs with flies irritated my genital piercing, so I stopped buying them years ago. Sometimes, a thong or a jockstrap when I feel sexy. Story 55. Big Joe or another brand. Television-branded bamboo-style long shorts. Story 56. Boxer briefs, specifically cotton when I'm at home, and a more motion-friendly bamboo and polyester option when I'm out and about. Story 57. Denver Hayes boxer briefs for life because I have some nuts that need to be secured. Otherwise, I might get into trouble in the summer. Story 58. In 2018, I had a subscription for MeUndies and accumulated about 20 pairs that I still wear. I canceled the subscription a long time ago and have not needed to order more since. This is fortunate because I hear they changed the materials and are now poor quality. Story 59. Sheath and Hanes boxer briefs are especially appreciated for their pouch, which keeps everything in place and prevents sticking. Story 60. Under Armour boxer briefs, 9 inches. Anything shorter rides up and turns into a Speedo. Story 61. Calvin Klein bought those back in 2017, and they are still in perfect condition. They are extremely comfortable. Story 62. I do not and have not since I was a kid. As a result, I always try to wash there after number 1. Story 63. 32 degrees boxer briefs are soft, moisture-wicking, non-chafing, and affordable. Their appearance is neutral. Story 64. Nothing. Why? Because I like it that way. Underwear feels clanky and annoying. Now if I'm going out, I'll put it on. Story 65. Under Armour boxer briefs for work. Calvin Klein boxer briefs for nights out. Story 66. Boxer briefs typically do not ride up and are not overly restrictive. Story 67. Underwear for men maximum support boxers. My urologist said I needed the support after I came in for pain. I had surgical repair for torsion as a young teen, so that was ruled out. Story 68. I have worn jockey boxers for the better part of 10 years, and I have worn the expensive, slightly silky model for the past year. Story 69. As for drawers, I have found Gildan fits me well right now. I feel like I am 9 years old if I wear tidy witties. Story 70. Boxer briefs with a fly for work. We wear jeans and polo shirts by corporate policy to avoid spills. Jock straps with dress pants. No underwear under shorts or at home to allow freedom. Story 71. Boxer briefs look mature and provide adequate support. Story 72. Boxers for daily use. Sax underwear for mountain biking. I do not want to land on the testicles by accident. Story 73. I received a number of advertisements for men's underwear recently and decided to try a pair with a front pouch. I have to say they are comfortable. Boxer briefs with no chafing and less sweating in summer. I am a fan. Story 74. Boxer briefs give me the support I need and the freedom I deserve. Story 75. I never found anything that was too snug, too loose, or bunched up. Story 76. Boxer briefs with a junk hammock. The softer the better. Story 77. Day to day, I wear boxers because they are comfortable. If I am very active or expect to walk more than 3 miles, I switch to compression shorts. Story 78. In the morning it is clean, but by the evening, before the shower after work, it can be a bit sweaty and crusty. People tend to sweat throughout the day, and the workplace toilet paper is the cheapest, lowest quality kind. Story 79. A few months ago, I tried a pair of Mesh Thieves boxer briefs and liked them a lot. Story 80. Boxer briefs. Boxers ride up, although they are great for breathability. Briefs are unsightly. Who wants to wear tidy witties that stain like no other? Story 81. Nike DRI Fit boxers felt strange at first because they are like Lycra. They are a game changer. I would never go back to anything else. Story 82. Stretchy boxer briefs made from polyester and nylon hold everything more securely than cotton, which stretches out. Story 83. I like my 15-year-old boxers with lots of vent holes. Screw new underwear. I have better things to buy. Story 84. I prefer boxer briefs because both standard briefs and boxers tend to end up in my backyard swale despite my instructions. Story 85. Boxer briefs with 11-inch legs are comfortable, help prevent chafing in humid climates, and do not ride up. Story 86. 30 pairs of identical plain white cotton boxers, each with a brown stripe along the seam. Story 87. Boxers with a pocket for my insulin pump. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 37 and now wear an insulin pump every day. Before that, a bit of time in the army had convinced me that none was the right answer. Story 88. I prefer my underwear clean, though I have a few travel pairs made of wool that I can comfortably wear for a few days between washes. Dirty underwear is unhygienic. Story 89. Boxer briefs should keep everything covered and firm, but not ride up or become bunched. Story 90. I have worn boxer briefs since my 20s. I am in my early 50s now, so I have worn them for nearly as long as they have been available. Story 91. Briefs, bikinis, boy shorts, and boxer brief panties. Best fit and comfort. Story 92. I prefer long leg boxer briefs because I am tall, and I hate when they roll up in my pants. Story 93. Woman's G-string. I love having but floss caress my bleached asshole all day. My shaft just hangs out and gets all swampy in my suit pants. Story 94. Separatek and I will never go back. Once you experience dual pouch comfort, nothing else will ever do. Story 95. Cotton boxers. Always black. No specific reason. I'm just a man of habit. Story 96. I wear boxer briefs with an extra pouch at the front for the testicles and penis. I have a varicocele and they help. Story 97. Boxer briefs have a convenient mechanism to separate the twigs from the berries. Story 98. I prefer boxer briefs, especially styles with a pouch. Separatek works well because it separates the genitals into their own section. They are very comfortable and feel great. I was circumcised in my teens. Before that, underwear was not a big deal and I sometimes went commando. After circumcision, underwear became more important because comfort can vary. I can no longer go commando, and I prefer snug boxer briefs made of high-quality fabric. I am willing to pay more for good underwear. Story 99. Boxers, not boxer briefs, because they are the only ones that are comfortable. Story 100. Under Armour and Saks both make boxer briefs. I cannot decide which is better. Story 101. Tight boxers or boxer briefs, apparently. They do not look bad even if your body is not great. Story 102. None. If I am going to a doctor's appointment, I wear a thong. I got rid of all the other styles. Story 103. Choose synthetic fibers, such as polyester, instead of cotton. The brand does not matter, but the material is important. Synthetic fibers breathe better and do not become moist from sweat. Story 104. Boxer briefs. I don't really know why. I just sort of always have. Story 105. Bamboo fiber boxers are very thin and have some stretch, unlike typical boxers. They feel almost like you are wearing nothing, and they do not bunch up in your pants. Story 106. I wore boxers for years, then I switched to boxer briefs after my vasectomy. The extra support feels much better. Story 107. Boxer briefs provide breathability and support without confinement. They contain Gold Bond without making my pants look like Rick James just sneezed. Story 108. Boxer briefs, specifically the bare naked ones from Duluth Trading Company. They are very comfortable. Story 109. Boxer briefs are the pinnacle of underwear for men and the most comfortable option. Story 110. Boxers. I hate being restricted, so I like the slightly more flappy ones. Story 111. I wear holes, held loosely and tied together by a few remaining threads of cotton to spare. Story 112. Follow-up question. How many of us pull it out through the underwear hole versus just pull it down under the balls? Story 113. Boxer briefs. Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. I recently tried nice laundry slim boxers. They are very comfortable but quite expensive. Story 114. Boxers and boxer briefs are more modest than briefs. Briefs are embarrassing and make me feel ashamed. If I'm seen in my underwear, I'd rather have pant legs covering me. The only reason I'd wear briefs is under boxers or boxer briefs when I want to add padding of toilet paper to shield my underwear from runner's trots when out on a walk or run. Story 115. I can't open web links. Please paste the text you want edited. Also confirm, do you want all acronyms expanded to their full forms? For example, USA, United States of America? Story 116. Boxers. I wore briefs as a child, boxers in my late teens and early 20s, then boxer briefs for years, but I got tired of feeling constrained and pinched no matter what brand I tried, so I have worn almost exclusively boxers for the past 10 years. Story 117. I prefer boxer briefs because tighty witties strangle me and boxers let my testicles hang. They are a happy medium. Story 118. Compression shorts are essential when I compete in the Highland Games. They keep everything secure while I wear a kilt and stay athletic. They were so comfortable that I got rid of all my other underwear. Story 119. I just got some of the new Box Hero bamboo boxer briefs. They are comfortable, breathable, and supportive in the groin area. And she says my butt looks nicer. I bought them on a buy 5, get 5 free deal. They ended up being $4 each. Story 120. Old Navy boxer briefs are the perfect solution. Briefs are too tight, and boxers do not keep things as clean as I would like. They are affordable and stylish. Story 121. Boxer briefs, usually Calvin Klein, are the most durable and last 7 to 8 years. Story 122. Gap 3-inch and 4-inch boxer briefs are supportive, don't ride up, and look sexy on me. Story 123. Hurley briefs are the most comfortable underwear I have found. I guess Hurley does not make them anymore, so there may be a limited number left. Whenever I am in Marshalls or TJ Maxx, I check and buy them if they have them. Laughing out loud. Story 124. I wear boxers or long johns depending on the weather and time of year. I find boxers the most comfortable, and long johns are a necessity when working outdoors in Canada during the cold months. Story 125. I've tried many kinds, but I wear boxers daily. My boxers sometimes hang out at the bottom, but that's not something I can help. Story 126. Nothing. I have been like this since childhood. Story 127. None, because I have done it since college and it is just how it is at this point. Story 128. Boxer briefs made of moisture-wicking material. I run, skateboard, and hike. Everything else causes chafing. Story 129. I am a chunky lad. I wear step ones. They stop thigh rubbing and make my penis and testicles feel like they are at a party every day. Story 130. American Eagle boxer briefs are $12 a pair and very comfortable. I have found nothing better priced or more comfortable. Story 131. Saks boxer briefs are the best underwear I have ever owned. They are comfortable and supportive. Story 132. Boxer briefs. Tight white underwear looks ridiculous. With boxers, everything shifts around, and it can hurt when I sit down. Story 133. I have worn Saks for nearly a decade, but I have begun switching to similar brands because my newer pairs do not last as long as my older ones. Story 134. Cotton boxers. It seems my body does not like elastane much. It is not violently opposed to it, but it does complain. It is surprisingly difficult to find boxers that are not a cotton and elastane blend. Story 135. If you're looking for the most comfortable underwear you've ever worn, try a pair from Duluth Trading Company in the style you prefer. Story 136. Boxer briefs are the best mix of comfort and support, with no awkward bunching or riding up. Story 137. Commando. All day, every day. Laundry is a little more frequent, but I love the freedom. Story 138. Unpopular choice. I have transitioned back to regular boxers from briefs. I am pretty sure I have gained more mass in my glutes and quadriceps with age, and briefs constantly roll up into tighty witties. Best decision in my opinion. I no longer feel like my underwear is plotting testicular torsion against me. Story 139. Since childhood I have worn briefs. Now I sometimes wear boxer briefs. Story 140. I really prefer boxer briefs with a pouch. Once you try them, you will never go back. I worked my way through about a dozen brands, including obviously Krakatoa and Real Men. I finally settled on the Real Men pouch because it fits well and the fabric slides nicely. You can choose a pouch size. I wear them during the day but prefer Krakatoa while sleeping. Fits well but is a little less snug for me. The pouch is perfect. Sounds strange, but I enjoy putting these on. Story 141. Boxer briefs. I hope everyone is wearing them or at least wearing boxers. I don't personally care for boxers because they are too baggy. Story 142. Under Armour boxer briefs are moisture-wicking and comfortable. Story 143. Jockey boxer briefs are designed with a top entry pouch rather than a side entry. Story 144. Briefs with a roomier pouch are hard to come by, but a 2-pack of no-show briefs has been my favorite and fits the best. I did not like boxer briefs. They always bunched up on my leg. I switched to briefs and have not gone back. I still keep boxers for hot weather and wear them in bed. Story 145. Specifically, Step 1 boxer briefs. I used to prefer Calvin Klein, but a few years ago the quality declined and I was wearing out the pouch in under 3 months. I have yet to have a pair of Step 1 boxer briefs fail me. I still have the same pairs from more than 3 years ago, and they are still going strong. The elastic is just starting to wear out. Overall, I am very impressed with their quality. Story 146. I wore tidy whities until I got married. Then I switched to boxers and now I wear boxer briefs. I was having discomfort with the boxers. I honestly hate underwear and remove it as soon as I am inside my house. Story 147. Boxers. I have tighter pairs for skinny jeans and looser pairs for shorts, sweatpants, and so on. Story 148. Costco's Kirkland boxer briefs are identical to Hanes Premium and Ultimate boxer briefs. Story 149. Boxer briefs. I don't like them. They give me the worst wedgies. Regular boxers do not provide much support. Story 150. Tommy John boxer briefs. I throw out all my underwear and socks and replace them annually. These were on sale and are extremely comfortable. Story 151. I mostly wear boxers. The freedom is amazing. I wear boxer briefs when I expect to move around a lot, go for a run, or have a busy day at work. In winter, I also gravitate toward them because they are usually cozier. Story 152. Silk boxer briefs. I like the freeing feel of boxers, but they tend to slip at the bottom sometimes, which makes wearing shorts a pain. Boxer briefs are the next best thing. Story 153. Boxer briefs. There are several bamboo options that keep the genital area drier and less sticky. Story 154. I have been buying the exact same all-black Hanes boxer briefs for years. Story 155. Boxer briefs made from bamboo fabric. Comfortable and breathable while still form-fitting. Story 156. I wear regular briefs. I tried boxers and they all rode up, even the ones that fit properly. They stretched and rolled up. Briefs have everything I want from underwear. They don't rub my legs and I've had zero chafing, unlike what many people complain about. They are more supportive than boxer briefs. I don't want my genitals moving when I'm running. Running is troublesome enough even with briefs. Boxers are worse. I specifically wear Hanes tidy whities because I'm frugal and they work. Story 157. Boxer briefs keep everything nice, snug, and secure. Boxers allow too much movement, and I end up with everything trying to escape down one leg. Briefs are aptly named because they keep my genitals secure for a very brief period, until they suddenly guillotine a testicle without warning. Story 158. I wear regular cotton boxers only from Old Navy and Gap. They fit me best. Anything form-fitting does not feel comfortable to me. Story 159. On that ass boxer shorts. Best pair ever. Story 160. Scheme's boxer briefs are a bit pricey, but they feel silky and provide a comfortable, supportive fit. Story 161. Women's briefs. Think plain white granny panties. They fit better and are much more comfortable, with thinner, softer fabric, a slimmer fit, and minimalist waistbands and elastic. Men's briefs have fabric that is too thick, which bunches up in all the wrong places. The fly is useless and uncomfortable. Men's boxer briefs ride up and pinch. Men's boxers. What is the point? Story 162. Boxer briefs provide the support of briefs with the comfort of boxers. Story 163. Boxer briefs have been my choice since they were introduced, whether my cool Duluth ice work drawers or cotton prints for date night. Baby. Story 164. Boxer briefs. Boxers were too loose and rode up way too much. Briefs always got caught in my thigh area, so boxer briefs were the next option, and here we are. Story 165. Boxers need room to breathe. My favorite are Uniqlo's. The material is very comfortable. Story 166. I cannot believe it, but I now like the fruit of the loom boxer briefs with the horizontal fly. Their quality used to be terrible, but they are fine now. Story 167. I mostly wear boxer briefs because they keep everything in place and are comfortable for me. Story 168. Boxer briefs in the winter, commando in the summer. It honestly helps so much. Story 169. I live and die by this. I have tried Polo, Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, Hanes, and Fruit of the Loom. I have tried all of those, but Duluth is the answer. I give Duluth gift cards for people's birthdays and for Christmas. Duluth is hands down the best. Prove me wrong. Story 170. Anything so long as it's cotton. I currently only wear boxer briefs. Story 171. Original poster. What is this underwear thing you speak of? Seriously. Boxers, I like the room in them. I firmly believe tight white underwear is responsible for many violent crimes in the United States. Some things were not meant to be squeezed all day. Story 172. Savage X Fenty has the most comfortable boxer briefs I have ever worn. I usually wear them as compression shorts so I don't need to change before I work out. Story 173. I am a femboy. I wear women's underwear because it makes me feel feminine. Shimapan are nice underwear. Story 174. I prefer bikini briefs because I dislike the way boxers bunch up and do not want boxer briefs running halfway down my thigh. Story 175. Man-made boxer briefs. It only took 40 years to find underwear I actually enjoy. Story 176. John Winger. Chicks dig me because I rarely wear underwear, and when I do it is usually something unusual. But now I know why I have always lost women to guys like you. It is not just the uniform. It is the stories you tell. So much fun and imagination. Stripes. 1981. Story 177. 32 degrees boxer briefs, the mesh style, are about 3 for $18 on Amazon and are even cheaper at Costco. I used to wear only cotton underwear, but these dry so fast it's amazing. Story 178. I recently switched away from boxer briefs after trying briefs for the first time in many years. Boy, have I been missing out. Boxer briefs are all right, but they use too much material and have wide bands. Briefs, on the other hand, offer better support and comfort, with a lightweight fabric and much smaller bands. Story 179. No frills black cotton boxer briefs. Tell me I will not get pregnant. I do not care. I already have 2 children. Story 180. I hate it in hot weather when the boys stick to my legs, and I look like Peyton Manning stomping at the line of scrimmage. Story 181. Snug briefs really accentuate my otherwise modest bulge. Story 182. Briefs with a pouch from Shinesty or Saks or bikini briefs formerly from Hanes, though the quality declined. I wish another company made underwear like Shinesty and Saks. I do not mind cheeky marketing, but I do not want to wear a brand associated with it. I am stuck because I do not know who else makes similar underwear. Never boxers, and especially never boxer briefs. Boxer briefs have the downsides of both boxers and briefs and add constriction around the legs. Story 183. I wear boxers. I don't have problems with them riding up or bunching like a lot of people complain about, and I like to let my boys be free and unrestricted. Story 184. I wear a mix of boxer briefs, trunks, and briefs. I have been wearing briefs more since I started working out because they make my legs and butt look great. Story 185. Boxer briefs designed to hug the skin more tightly. Story 186. I like boxer briefs because they provide support and the leg bands keep them from chafing. Story 187. Boxer briefs. As a powerlifter, I must wear tighty whities during competitions or when I am too lazy to do laundry, and they are the only clean option. Story 188. Boxers. I like the freedom. Frankly, I would wear no underwear at all if that was not kind of gross, and I did not think my genitals rubbing against denim and sharp zipper teeth would be a bad idea. If I am wearing basketball shorts, it is a safe bet that I am freeballing. Story 189. I prefer short boxer briefs that sit just below my crotch at the legs. Any longer and they stick out of my shorts when I sit. I wear 5-inch and 7-inch shorts, so longer boxer briefs tend to poke out of the bottom. I am a short man, 5 feet 5 inches, so shorter inseams look normal on me. Story 190. Colorful boxers. I can take my garbage to the curb without putting on pants. Story 191. My girlfriend's panties. Just kidding. Commando is the way to go. Story 192. 2UNDR makes the best underwear I have ever worn. Comfortable and breathable. They do not ride up, and as a bonus, they make you look bigger. I have, at best, an average package, and when I switched, I had a few of my female friends mention noticing my bulge, and they did not say it in a bad way. Story 193. Boxer briefs, specifically Duluth brand underwear, are top quality and comfortable. They have a pouch for my genitals so they do not get mashed. They also help prevent chafing and excess moisture. Story 194. FTL Tidy Witties. All day, every day. Boxers or boxer briefs are the absolute worst. Story 195. Boxer briefs combine the best of both worlds, holding the package in place while feeling like shorts. Story 196. These are religious garments worn by members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints after participating in temple endowment ceremonies and making covenants with God. They represent a step toward being sealed to a spouse after marriage so that spouses and children can be together as a family in the next life. Story 197. I wore tidy witties until I met my wife and she started buying me boxers. I've never felt better. I now own about 40 pairs. Story 198. Bamboo boxer briefs that separate the penis from the testicles. I wear them for breathability and comfort. I also live in Houston and sweat a lot, so this type of underwear helps. Separate, sheath, and hammock pouches work best for me. Story 199. David Archie Ultra Soft Modal Dual Pouch Boxer Briefs. Extremely comfortable, breathable, and affordable. 7-pack for only $60. Story 200. Step 1 boxer briefs are the only brand I wear. They are excellent and stop leg chafing in its tracks. Story 201. Puma Athletic Stretch Boxers. I find them very comfortable. An ex gave them to me and I need to buy more. Story 202. Boxer briefs are comfortable, rarely ride up, and help manage unexpected excitement. Story 203. Bamboo boxer briefs are comfortable, hypoallergenic, and stylish. Story 204. I wear many types of underwear. Tidy Witties, Nike briefs, trunks, Under Armour boxer briefs from other brands, and jockstraps. Occasionally I wear a men's thong. Mostly at home, and when I sleep I wear tidy witties. Different underwear for different occasions and moods. Story 205. Boxer briefs in a compression short style. I don't like extra material that can get tangled or bunched, and regular fabric soaks up sweat and leaves you sitting in it. Story 206. Boxer briefs provide the support of briefs without strangulation. Traditional boxers are comfortable but offer no support. Story 207. Boxer briefs for everyday use. Loose-fit boxers for relaxing at home or sleeping. Story 208. I haven't worn underwear since I was 17. I'm now 37. I joined the military very young, and the underwear they required was very uncomfortable. I stopped wearing it and never looked back. Story 209. MeUndies trunks. I don't like the movement of boxers. Briefs, my dad wore them. Boxer briefs are fine, but my legs look better with a shorter inseam. Story 210. Boxer briefs with extra long legs keep everything secure and in place, and the long legs prevent them from riding up. Story 211. I rarely wear underwear, but when I do it's something special. Story 212. I wear high-quality boxers only. I do construction work and have no issues. Boxer briefs are itchy and too tight. They are meant for Calvin Klein models. Story 213. Boxer briefs. I own boxers and briefs. Right now I am wearing a pair I call my Special Agent Phillips. Story 214. Duluth Buck naked boxer briefs feel like I'm wearing nothing and keep me dry. Story 215. I moved to the tropics. I have not worn socks or underwear in years. Story 216. The holidays are almost here. I am looking forward to my yearly boxer brief replenishment, which my wife gift wraps for me. Some items in my current stock have so many holes that I almost called them man thongs. Story 217. I think you would honestly call them bikini bottoms. Boxer briefs exist because boxers are terrible, and after the 1990s men were ready to admit that. However, they are so afraid of looking feminine that they cannot truly be comfortable. Traditional briefs have that opening in the front, which causes problems. Some men will be upset. Those men need to get in touch with their inner Dr. Frankenfurter and admit that they are choosing ball and leg contact and extra material. Story 218. I wear jockstraps because they help me feel confident despite my small butt. Story 219. Soft, semi-snug brief. I am well endowed, and it is very important that it is concealed, especially at work. Story 220. I have boxer briefs, but I wear old gym shorts to bed like boxers or when I'm just around the house. Story 221. Laughing out loud, women can buy boxer briefs now. I am wearing a pair and they are very comfortable. Story 222. I wear boxer briefs at work. I have a manual labor job. My pants are made of a rougher material, so it's nice to have a barrier between them and my groin. I wear trunks at other times. I like wearing less, but I have a bubble butt, and I suspect briefs would ride up the crease of my buttocks. Story 223. My go-to is Polo Ralph Lauren boxers with a button fly. Without a button fly, my primary brain likes to meander out. When doing physical activities, I prefer tighty whities for the added support. Story 224. Bikini-style briefs from Jockey. I have thick thighs. Boxer briefs ride up and boxers are typically tight. I live in a humid climate, so fewer layers are better. Story 225. I wear regular boxers because increased airflow keeps my balls as fresh as a daisy. I buy the basic cotton and polyester blend fruit of the loom variety. They are cheap, comfortable, and never ride up. Story 226. I wear boxer briefs. I am 6 feet 5 inches and 250 pounds, and I am a bodybuilder. So I need fabric between my sensitive areas to prevent rubbing. Story 227. Boxer briefs. In 1998, during military training while marching in formation, the briefs issued to me chafed my thighs and caused them to bleed. At the time, I weighed 185 pounds and was 6 feet 4 inches tall. I was scrawny. Story 228. I have 20 pairs of Thieves Super Fit boxer briefs from Target. They are very soft and last a long time, so they are worth the investment for daily wear. Story 229. Briefs are my tried and true choice. Of briefs, boxer briefs, and boxers, briefs have caused me the fewest problems. I tried boxer briefs a few times but had recurring issues over time. I also tried boxers, but I did not like the lack of support. Briefs are my go-to, and I always return to them. Story 230. I started wearing those Hanes pouch boxers. They are definitely more comfortable and keep my testicles from dangling against my leg. Story 231. Tommy John's second skin boxer briefs. Do not use fabric softener or dry them on high or medium heat. They will last a long time. Story 232. Boxers. Freeballing is the way to go, man. I wear fruit of the loom. No bunching or chafing here. Story 233. Long leg boxer briefs are almost like wearing leggings for men. Story 234. Boxers, mostly from Duluth Trading Company, are very comfortable. Story 235. I am a boxer because I practice martial arts, and sometimes this activity is dangerous for me. Story 236. Briefs. I want the package fully secured with no movement. I don't want it dangling or slipping through a leg opening. Story 237. I switched to boxers after being made fun of in the gym locker room for wearing tighty whities, and have worn them ever since. Story 238. Boxer briefs, specifically the ones that do not roll or ride up the legs. I just find them comfortable. Story 239. These are the ones my mum bought for me years ago. I have not bought new ones. I am 25. Story 240. Man-made baby. Best boxers ever. Super cool pouch in the front to hold your belongings. Story 241. I've been wearing 2-zist low-cut no-show men's trunks for years, but they changed the design a couple of years ago and they are wearing out. I need something similar. I can switch to boxers or briefs. I've gotten spoiled. Story 242. I enjoy the fabrics and styles of sheath, Mack Weldon, and Shinesty. Story 243. I like this new style. It is like a hammock that keeps everything together up front and center. They are not the old cotton style. They are rayon or similar fabric. You fit everything between the stripes and avoid pressure on sensitive areas. Hanes makes one style and I have others. I will never go back to the old style and threw all of them away once I got the new ones. You will not be disappointed. Story 244. I wear boxer briefs because jockeys and boxers are uncomfortable. I go commando because it is hot out. I wear women's panties because they hold everything in place and make me feel sexy. Story 245. Hanes briefs. I've worn them my entire life, and I feel no need to change. Story 246. I like briefs but generally prefer them on the longer side. They just fit a bit more comfortably. Story 247. I haven't worn underwear in over 15 years. I'll probably never go back. Story 248. I bought underwear that separates my penis from my scrotum. It has a pocket for my testicles, reducing sweat and preventing them from sticking. I wish they had made these 15 years ago. Story 249. Duluth Trading Armadillo Long Boxer Briefs. I run hot and they help keep me cool. They are long and do not bunch up. They are the most comfortable underwear I have ever owned. They keep my legs and groin from chafing. If anyone knows a brand that beats these, let me know. Story 250. My pants are stained with blood, semen, and stool. That way, if the hospital needs any samples after an accident, they can just remove my pants. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.